Hey, so just a little update on the self-storage. So I just got an email from the city planning person that we're on the agenda. We're on the agenda for the rezoning. So I'll show you what that looks like. So there we go. Now we just have to make sure we've got all our ducks in a row and hope everything goes well for this meeting. So we've got our hearing date for the conditional rezoning. I'm just working on some details right now. I've got to post a sign out front of the property so that the neighbors will have a chance to voice their opinion. I've got to, there's a lot of specifics in terms of the size and the verbiage. And then the other thing is it's got to be posted 15 days prior to the hearing. So right now we're at probably about 19 days out from the hearing. So we got to go get a sign made. We got to get it out there right away, and I'll post that sign in a minute, but at least right now I'll show you some of the details here. So yeah, here's the verbiage, and then these are all the specifics that I'm working on. All the details, how big the sign has to be, the type of lettering, and then there's our agenda that we're on it. So that's awesome. And yeah, so just working on all the details. So I'm a little frustrated. I just got out of City Hall. I went in there to get my temporary sign permit. And this is going to be one of those lessons in why you just have to have patience, because, you know, I've got this long list of things that they demand to get this rezoning done. I'll show you. You guys have seen the sheet, but like here's all of the requirements that I'm supposed to do. But nowhere on here does it talk about having a map of where the sign's going to be located. So I just went in there expecting to just have this temporary sign permit be a slam dunk, and it is not. So now I have to go to my sign guy, get a proof of it. They want to see what the sign looks like, even though the sign is exactly what they're telling me to do. They specified a 4-foot by 8-foot sign with 3-inch lettering. So guess what I'm going to do? A 4-foot by 8-foot sign with lettering that's 3 inches tall. So even though we've followed exactly what they want, they still want to see the sign. Okay, that's fine. Doesn't say that on this list of parameters that they gave me, but that's okay. And then also they need to see it on the, on a site map or something, which again doesn't say that in this list of parameters that they gave me. So this is all a surprise today. So I have to go do a few more things at my office and come back again for this next iteration of items. That's okay, right? So this isn't easy. A lot of back and forth, a lot of gray areas, but I'm doing something that is not, going with the flow. It's a rezoning situation, and there's a lot of value. So I'm going to stick to my true north, which is this is a good deal, and we're going to make it work. But again, this is just one of those moments where you just could easily say, the heck with it. Let's throw in the towel. This is harder than it should be, and very frustrating. But, I persevere and move on. Okay, so I'm back at City Hall in the parking lot. I'm about to go in. I've got my sign rendering. I've got my placement picture, and I'm gonna hopefully come out of this with a temporary sign permit. We'll know in a second, but I'll give you guys a little snapshot of what we're doing here. So here's the sign rendering, 4 feet by 8 feet, 3-inch letters. We've got the front of the building. I've got the little Microsoft Paint blob on there. And then I've got this other aerial photo showing the sign there that we're going to place there. So hopefully this satisfies them. Let's see. Okay, so I just dropped off the updated sign for the temporary sign permit, and I was hoping that they would look at it right away, but they couldn't do that. So they took the information, and I expect a phone call or an email maybe today or tomorrow but I've only got about 2.5 days to get this done. So I've got to get a sign printed, and I have to get the sign installed prior to Saturday, which it's Wednesday now. So because otherwise I'll miss my 15-day deadline to have the sign up before the meeting. So a little bit under the gun to get this done, but I know we'll get it. Okay, I went back to the city hall. They had my sign permit done. So turnaround time was about 20 hours or so. So fantastic. So here it is. I've got my permit for the sign, and tomorrow I will assemble the sign and put it out front, which is basically just announcing to the neighborhood that we are proposing a rezoning. You have to allow 15 days for that to happen. We're going to be at like the 18 or 19 day window. All things are moving. So it took a little bit of effort, was a little bit pressured to get this done quickly because of how things just got laid out. So again, I'm happy to have the permit and the sign. So tomorrow's a big day. We'll get the sign and we'll have it out there. So I'll do some videos of that too.